Welcome again to lesson 7, and we're going to continue really from where we left off on lesson 6. Lesson 6 was covering about the scales of A to A. We were establishing the sharps. Wasn't a particularly exciting lesson, but we eventually got through these. What I want to cover today, I've got a question here. What is a chromatic scale? It's a bit of a fancy word, chromatic scale. Don't be scared by it. What we've covered so far were the 7 natural note letters: A, B, C, D, E, F and G. We established that these are the white keys on a piano: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and just repeated A, B, C, D, E, F, G, so forth. Now, we've already spoken about on previous 2 lessons about the enharmonic black keys that share or is shared between the F and the G. It can be an F sharp or a G flat, or this one here can be a G sharp or an A flat. Enharmonic, basically it's still one with 2 names. So I'll quickly read this to you. If we count any octave, and when I say octave it's this natural A to A or D to D, of the 7 natural notes, I beg your pardon, it's not the octave. The octave is when you include an next A. This is just the 7 natural notes. So if we count any, we'll say octave, of the 7 natural notes, but if we also count each enharmonic black key as 1 in the calculation, we end up with 12 notes. Okay, I'll tell you, to stop any confusion, I'm just going to take out the word octave, because we're talking about the 7 natural: A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So as you can see, if we count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But what I want to do is like it says here, I want to count in the black keys as 1. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And of course we're just back to another A. Now this really is answering this question: what is a chromatic scale? Well, it's actually 12 notes. It's the 7 notes, but when we include the black keys, the enharmonic black keys, and we count them just as 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Or we can start here if you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that basically covers what a chromatic scale is. The chromatic scale is something we'll have to understand when we're playing the guitar. And it's something you have to understand if you're playing the piano too. So we'll come back and we'll discuss that later. Just as a reminder about the major scale formula that I wrote: tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, because I deleted it here. If we go back now where we were in the previous lesson, we spoke about the additional sharps when we were going through the scales: A to A, B to B, C to C and so forth. I put a number here in the order we did them in. When we did C to C we had none. When we did G to G we had 1 sharp. When we did D to D we ended up with 2 sharps. When we did A to A we ended up with 3 sharps, and so forth. What I want to do with this number, the order that they are, I want to put the first one, I've drawn a vertical line and a horizontal line. That horizontal line later on will go to the left too. We're just going to make a cross, but we're ignoring this left. It's going to be a complete circle here. We're just going to do the right hand side of it. The first position here, I don't want the top 12 o'clock position. I want round about the 1 o'clock position. if we look here, we can split it from the 12 o'clock position to the 3 o'clock, put a dot on 3 and squeeze 3 equally, 3 dots equally, ignoring the top position. The first one that we did, the C to C, we ended up with no sharps. I want you to put it there. The next one we did was G to G. We ended up with 1 sharp. I want to put the G there. The next one we did, third look, D to D, we ended up with 2 sharps. I want you to put a D. Now, this is something we're going to come to later on. It's actually jumping way ahead, this. But I just want to get you to visually see it now, and you'll see the meaning of it later on. So be patient, we will get there, and this will be included when we're doing chords, playing chords on the guitar. A lot of this theory, you've got to stick at it because it's going to make you a better understanding player on your guitar. Okay, so the next one, we've done 1, 2, 3, let's go to the fourth. We come to the A to A with 3 sharps. I'm going to put A in there. And the next one, 4, 5, E to E. I'll do E there. 6th, we have B to B. Put B there. And the last one, F to F. I want you to put an F there. Okay. You may go on, if you want to read about what I'm talking about here, it's called the circle of fifths. Now what I mean by circle of fifths, if you do this, we start on 0. When I say 0, 0 sharps, or just start on the C and count 5 on your hands. C, D, E, F, G. You get the next one. Now start on that one, G, A, B, C, D. You end it with a D. Start on the D, D, E, F, G. Guess what? We get with the A. A, B, C, D, E. Start on the E, E, F, G, A, B. And B, C, D, E, F. Sorry, B, C, D, E, F. That's right, sorry, 5. So we end up on the F there. This does continue round, but for when we were talking about semitones, just moving 1 semitone, between each of these, the C and the G, it is 7 semitones. Between all of them, if you start on C and add 7 semitones, you'll reach the G. Okay, just to prove that, we're going to go from the C to the G with 7 semitones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can start on the G and go to the D. Let's start on this one. 7 semitones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've ended up on the D. And again from the D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've ended up on the A. So if you add 7 semitones from each position, you will reach the next one. This may seem boring, may seem complicated. Just get a visual perception of it. Remember, it's 7 semitones. Start on C, either add 7 semitones or just count on your hand. C, D, E, F, G. Just count 5. It's called the circle of fifths. I like to call it the circle of 7 semitones, clockwise. It also has another name, but we'll introduce it later on when we're talking about flats, or when we're going anti-clockwise. So we've covered the chromatic scale today, the chromatic scale being 12 notes. Instead of counting 7 natural notes, we count in the black keys in as well, the enharmonic keys. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the next lesson, I want to start talking about chords and getting into how chords are made up